This week I've been at a market research conference talking technology in New Orleans. It's very exciting. Fascinating, in fact. I've eaten a crocodile, I've seen boats, and horses are everywhere. Not like a real problem. Like horses banging on your door at night and stuff. In fact, I'm staying at a very swanky hotel. Wouldn't catch a horse there. So yes, we've been talking about all things VR, MR, market research, virtual reality, augmented reality, with Pokemon Go laying the foundations for a very exciting, very scary future. My concern is a helicopter. I can be heard for miles and I sound incredibly English. At home, I sound like I feel like I sound like a normal English person. Whereas when I'm abroad, pardon me, when I'm abroad, I feel like I suddenly turn all, oh, good goodness, sir, oh, tally-ho, what now, blah, blah. My concern is that if we're living in a constantly ever more virtual world, what will happen with the real one if we're all going about in goggles looking at beautiful paintings, beautiful bridges, beautiful billboards, beautiful adverts? What will the real world look like? Will it be some grey dystopian future? As soon as we take the goggles off, it's sort of like a film and we realise we're living in some sort of Matrix land? That's the future. Could be, couldn't it? I don't mean to get negative. Although having said that, the amount of information they're collecting on these market researchers, if they know this and that and everything we put on Twitter, everything we share on Snapchat or Instagram, what then? What happens if that information gets into the hands of a madman? I suppose it depends on what happens here in the US in November, right? We'll find out soon enough. What's interesting in my view is that I'm really bloody hot because this t-shirt's way too small. Keep calm and conduct market research. Well, not if I'm in this clothing, I won't. We just can't help but consume and watch and read, and well, reading is a good thing. So it's either warfare or consumerism that tends to lead the way in terms of technology, which is either sad or whatever. Maybe that's just the way we are. So I had to speak at this conference and it was bloody scary because I've only been dabbling in the industry for about 3 months and I had to present an idea, a vision of the future when I hardly know what the present is, in 60 seconds flat. Now, either you go up onto the podium and you freestyle it and you try and be edgy and cool and then you fuck it up for that reason, or you go up there with your notes and you fuck it up. I think I did the latter, but it's taught me that I should probably do more of this kind of thing, talking in the middle of nowhere with my loud British accent just to get used to bloody well speaking, and do more live reading events, even if it's just something like reading poetry or all that kind of thing. It was a thrill, it was certainly a thrill. It's a thrill just being in America and consuming. Talking of technology, Twitter have this week made it so that your 140 characters are not invaded by people's names or GIFs or videos or pictures. I find often that I tweet out of the blue and then I review later as a copywriter. And I think, well, I could have done with an edit. I think everybody should be forced to sit on a tweet for about half an hour before they put it out. That would be perfect. BBC News interrupted my day to tell me that Brad and Angelina have a divorce. What do I care? Why interrupt my day? That's breaking news. They treat explosions the same way they treat Brad and Angelina. Would Brad and Angelina care if I was getting a divorce? No, I don't think they would. Now, I haven't been keeping abreast of what's been going on in the UK, but I did notice that Tim Farron's popping up in the news, which means he must have been listening or watching my previous video blog. He likes Blair's early work, which is yeah, probably better than saying out loud that you like his later stuff. Point is, we had a left-leaning government, left-leaning from centre, in power, and they were able to do pleasant gestures, whereas the Tories seem to be obsessed with reintroducing a class structure, driving a wedge, reintroducing elitist approaches to education, which means people are less inclined to vote because they're just not capable of understanding what's going on. Still, that's an elitist view in itself. So next time we converse, I'll probably be freezing cold in London. 3 weeks in a row, though. That's good going for me. I haven't video blogged in ages. I'm quite enjoying this.